Welcome to the AR-15 podcast. This show is for you if you just bought your first rifle or you've been building them for years. There's something we can all do to take our black rifles to the next level. My name is Nick Dooley. I am joined tonight by my co-host and director of propaganda, Joe.
Evening, everybody.
Oh, how are we doing, Joe?
I'm doing.
Have we recovered yet? I think that would be the main question.
I don't know. It's not. Either that or I'm just getting old. Because
it's definitely not that. We are not getting old.
Yeah, not that. No, I'm feeling pretty good. Don't call me. I don't want to vote for you.
Say again?
I said, don't call me. I don't want to vote for you.
Oh.
Paul's gotta love politicians.
Yeah, that's the word we'll use for it. Love.
Say that word.
No, I'm also getting healed up from this past weekend.
You came home with physical ailments. What do you want to call it? I was just beat up or wore out.
Yeah, my wounds have almost healed. Hey, look, we have a Garth.
Hi.
There's not
the physical wounds. I don't know about the emotional wounds from it, but
Are you on location, Garth?
I am on location. I'm just upstairs because I put a office in my house upstairs now too.
Right on.
So I am on location. Yes.
Well, that is handy.
You bet. So how's everyone doing? Sorry I'm late.
Well, we're used to it.
Well, I was eating supper, and then I looked at the clock and went, "Oh shit!" So here I am.
Yeah, look at that. Even Dirt Razor says he was almost on time.
Hey, I know there's a saying that close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but realistically, with me, it works too.
Not really.
Oh yeah.
No. So Garth, did you do anything fun with guns in the past week or so?
No, honestly, man. It's been raining the whole time, so I have not been to the range or anything like that. I'm watching a couple guns on Gunbroker right now because I'm on the hunt for a 9mm AR pistol, which I'm going to turn into an SBR because I have big plans for next year in the competition realm. But that's about it right now.
Which ones are they?
What?
Which ones are your?
No, I'm not going to tell any of you guys that because I know all of a sudden it'll be bid way up. So I'm not releasing that information.
Are they actually a proper PCC?
Yes.
Or is this like a Flux Raider thing?
Oh, no. It's an actual PCC.
Okay.
So actually the auction ends in 45 minutes. So.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, I know. It does. You can guess.
I'll find it.
I know you will.
Nah, we will.
Now there's two of us furiously gun brokering.
Yeah, it happens.
Two? I bet you there's more than that.
I haven't looked at the price lately to see where it's at. I mean, so I don't know if I'm going to bid on it yet.
Is this in the realm of the ones we were talking about on the way home from Area 3? Or
No. I'm not going to spend that kind of money.
Is it an actual blowback AR?
Yes. Yes, it is. Oh, I got to sign in because I don't even know if I'll make the auction now. Dang it.
This will be our own version of gunfight. Yeah. We try to figure out what Garth's bidding on and bid it up.
Yeah, that is exactly it. But also, everyone's going to love this in the audio podcast. So I'm like scrolling violently through Gunbroker trying to find this. But anyways, just tell me what they are, Garth. I'll make sure you get it. It says our local Uber.
Oh, well, it's still a pretty solid price at $1,000, so it's worth it because they normally run $1,700, $1,800. So
Well, that narrows it down.
I know it narrows it down yet some more. So
Is it a Banshee?
it is a Banshee.
Is it copper?
Yep.
Quite specifically, is it this one?
Very much so.
Hey, look at that. I found it. All right. Well, moving on.
Perfect.
So you looked at some guns on Gunbroker, and that is what you have accomplished.
Yeah, that's about it, really.
I mean, we all accomplish that every week, don't we?
I try to stay off Gunbroker, man. It gets bad.
It's like the green page. It's like the green pages for the farmers.
The green
Hey, look
sheet.
at that from your own version of Joe Dirt.
Pretty much.
Hey, dang! Look at this.
He got 4 mags with it.
Yeah. I have no idea what it is you speak of. No, I also have been spending a little bit of time on Gunbroker, but that's for something entirely different. Ooh, that's
Good love finding deals on Gunbroker while we're on the show. It's so fun.
yeah. Well, so this will kind of segue in. Joe and I went and took some classes this last week, and in the process of us taking our courses, I discovered that I can't shoot not that I can't, that shooting the Springfield Echelon does not get along with me.
That's a bummer too, because it's a nice gun, and if it
Yeah,
it was on my radar at one time, but
oh no, it shoots great. I love everything about it. If the difference is for me,
if he had normal hands,
yeah, apparently I was informed of this again, that I apparently have large hands. Yet another set of instructors had to comment on my hand size.
Which
I don't. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I would say it makes it weird that the M&P, or not the M&P, the SIG doesn't do it. But is there that much more beaver tail? You might as well tell everybody what's going on, or maybe show them, because.
So if you look at the back of my hand, you'll see that I have a small cut in there that's been healing up, but that was actually a raised bruise with a rather large cut and gash through it. And after playing with it, after the range with it was unloaded and looking at it, I slid back, or I'd pull the slide back and let it go forward and kind of see what was happening. The slide and the sear literally grab a hold of the top of my hand and pull it inside the gun underneath the slide. So it's not like the old racing stripes that I'd get from Glocks, because my hand sits too close to the bottom of the slide, and I'd get 2 lines cut where the slide would cut me. I get the center of my hand pulled into the gun underneath the slide, and it gets chewed up there because it tries to eat my hand. Now, somebody out there is going to listen to this and go, well, that's because you're gripping the gun wrong. And it's not so much that I'm gripping the gun wrong. It's I have a problem unique to me, as I have rather large hands, would be the way to put it. Like, I wear a size 14 ring and 3X gloves, and 3X gloves are a little tight. But
yeah, so that's where I was going with it. You don't get it on the 320. You don't get it on the M&P.
The 320.
Is that?
Well, even the 365, you don't get it on. So it's not the size of the grip itself. It's just how it's designed.
Yeah. Well, and it's so the 365. and the 320 both have a beaver, and they sit higher. Like the frame sits higher, or the slide sits higher, which the height over bore, like everybody's like, oh man, it looks so weird because it sat high. I never had any issue with it, which is why I liked it. Berettas have a beaver tail sit high, and the beaver tail holds everything down in place, and everything works great. M&Ps, like the M&P Gen 1 was awesome because it had the beaver tail, on the full size. The MP 2.0 compact that I have doesn't have a beaver tail, but it still has enough room between where the beaver tail is, and it doesn't catch me either. It's the two guns that catch me are Glocks and Springfield Echelons, apparently. Like it's different than 1911s, where a 1911 I'd have, before I put a big beaver tail on, when I had a straight GI spec with the small beaver tail, I would get hammer pinch, where the hammer would come back and catch between the grip safety and the hammer and pinch my hand where that would push up. So I put a big beaver tail on, and that alleviated that problem. But yeah, Springfield Echelon is still, like, it shot great. I have absolutely no qualms with it. I would trust it implicitly. It's just, it tries to eat my hand. So I'm like, no, I'm just not going to shoot this.
And why would you, especially on a day where we put 700 rounds downrange, and every time, like you said, every time you pull the trigger, you're starting to flinch, you're starting to anticipate not even the recoil or anything like that, but the bite. It's not fun.
Well, and the whole reason you got it anyway is because of all this 320 madness. So,
well, Garth, make sure that you're talking or using have your Yeti mic selected, because it doesn't sound like it's on, or you have it selected. But no, and this class is the class we went to. We went to an Achilles Heel tactical course, and they were the first class or first people to have disallowed 320s. And like that was a thing. And I know there's a lot of other ranges and even competitions in whole that have done it. So I had picked up this Echelon to use as a stand-in for my 320s when I went to some of these classes. And having those, it was like, oh, hey, I have it, I'll shoot it. I'm going to try and get good with it, because if I'm going to use it for training, like I'm going to practice with it a little bit. And I noticed it, and it was just more and more the longer I shot it, it was bad. Dusk Econ says, is Achilles South Dakota based? No, it is not. It is
Ohio based.
Yeah, they are. We went to Colorado to take a class.
Yeah, we were at Pikes Peak there in Colorado Springs for the weekend, hanging out with some of our other buddies and doing a bunch of shooting. So,
yes, actually, Joe and I both went to the range, and we shot the Area 3 match, and nice facility so far. We didn't get to shoot the South Bay.
Yeah, we were just in the action, the 16 action bays on the north range. I don't know details on them, if them will be open to the public all the time, or just for events, or maybe as overflow when the stuff down by the.
No, Dr. Scary Guy, we cannot, and we did not see that.
So yeah, it's a nice range. I haven't heard anything bad about it from the people that shot it at Area 3. All the podcasts and the different places I taught or listened in on, they really like that range.
It's better than the Watertown range. Brandon was asking about it. It's far better.
Oh yeah, it's gigantic, and it's, like I said, 16 bays, a 1,500 yard bay, a whole bunch of 100 and 200 yard bays, and they've also got a 360-degree police bay that you have to snake into through the around the berms so that they can practice. They've also got the sporting clays, the bunker trap, and everything else. It's manned all the time, unlike the other GFP ranges. So there's always somebody there.
No, It'll be sweet when they actually get it all completed. And
Yeah.
I don't know when that'll actually be, but maybe
the official opening is November 8th.
Okay.
So I don't know if they're doing anything special with it, if GFMP is, but Prairie Thunder Practical Shooters had a match out there, and they were the ones that hosted Area 3. They are having a Steel Challenge on Sunday, so they're already using it for practical shooting sports.
What time is that match on Sunday?
I want to say 9. Let me double check.
That is not going to work.
Let me double check. I may
still be sleeping.
Oh, I will definitely be sleeping at 9 o'clock from the night before. So,
but yeah, it's a nice range. We did that, but while we were out in Colorado, we got to hang out with Sean, see the new We Like Shooting Studios and everything like that.
Like how it's a We Like Shooting studio, and there's only one guy that operates out of there. That'd be like calling your house the AR-15 studio. Yeah,
well, they have a lot of gear there though, because that's where they get a bunch of stuff sent to. So it's the 171, however you want to put it, all of that stuff. The FRN headquarters. There we go. We'll call it that.
That's fair.
The warehouse.
Yeah.
And got to hang out, spend a little time there, hang out with those guys, Country Boy Guns, and the Let's Go Hunt guys. And Joe and I went and took classes, and we had 1 day pistol class, which was the baseline performance, which is a little bit more beyond what we were at, or I should say beyond what we were at. It's more than just a basic, like, intro basic course. Is that how you would phrase it, Joe?
Yeah, the fundamentals course was on Thursday or Friday, and we got out there Saturday. Under the notion that you were supposed to have some sort of qualifying class, even though they didn't check or ask. But if you didn't know how to shoot, if you didn't know what you were doing, you would have been left behind in a hurry, because they make it very, they state it obviously immediately that if you are not functionally competent with your handgun, that you will not gain anything from that class, and you will likely be pulled off the line if you can't keep up.
And we had guys that were almost pulled off the line, like, throughout the day. Like, one side of the firing line in particular, not that they did anything overwhelmingly wrong, but it was, hey, all right, we're going to run through this, because it was very much so a big boys rules. Hey, guns are loaded. Don't pull them out unless you're at the berm or pointing at a target. Like when you're back, jamming mags or anything like that, don't pull it out your tailgate if you're back at your pickup, loading mags, anything like that. Because everyone knows that all the guns are hot. And we're running around, it's back and forth, which is normal, just in the bay. Garth, you've actually been in that bay before.
Okay. I was going to ask you if we were at the same spot.
Yep, at Pikes Peak.
The exact same spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
With like the shitty pickup box trailer?
Yep.
Yeah, the exact same bay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
but no, when they say it's a big boy class, it's, once we broke down 3-4 shooters in a line, it was shoot your mags, go back and reload, get back in line. It's fast paced. You're putting a lot of rounds down range and getting a lot of instruction in a small amount of time. I'd say the first hour or so was a little slow with instruction, just getting the feel for it. And then it's, all right, training wheels are off, governor's off. We're going to keep shooting and shooting until they decide, hey, this course of fire is over, and then change targets around. And then it's, again, just, you're muted, Nick.
Still muted. Now, so what were some of like the courses of fire you guys did?
The biggest, all right, so the class starts with their dope drill, which is a humanoid target with an overlay of a ISPC target on it for scoring zones. And from the 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25, it's 5 rounds as fast as you can pull the trigger. So basically you do a 5-round bill drill at every line, score your target, take your time, and then your hit factor at the end in using hit factor of points divided by time, with the marker being a 10 hit factor is what you're looking for with pistol. And so we do that, and then it gets into a little more just shooting at target with control.
As we got it more in depth into it, we got like, I should say this, as we kind of went through, hey, we're doing this, one of the first things we did was we cut the center out of our or the center of the half the A zone out.
Yeah, so the big major focus on the class was transitions, whether it was transitions left to right, transitions from far to near on targets, depending on as the day went on. But like Nick said, so once we got through basically the warm-up, the hot laps, and got into the major portion of the class, we cut the top half of the A zone out of USPSA targets in order to, when you you don't have to paste all the time, but once you shoot, to move your eyes and then move the gun, and using that clear spot in the target as a center point, focal point for your eyes. So it's 1, on 2, you're moving and following up. The other main emphasis in the class was your splits don't have to be aggressive, but your transitions do. So it's 1, 2, moving.
Were you still shooting A zone then? I mean, even with half.
Yeah. The whole point of, with the pistol at that one, it was
so the half A zone.
That's where you want to be in that half. In that.
Okay.
You were trying to shoot in the hole that you cut in the target, so you didn't have to paste.
Oh, okay. So
and it was to draw. It was to draw your eyes to that attention. Like I said, it's 1, 2, look, and come over and fire your next 2. So the big thing was it was 1, 2, 1, 2, 1,
Yeah, like
2, 1, 2. Like
you should
taking time on your splits, but making sure that transition is.
You should be looking at where you're going to go next on the T of 2.
Yeah, because once you sent the thing
as
is once
soon
you
as
sent the round,
as soon as you're breaking that shot, you move your eyes and start moving. It's like as soon as the trigger breaks, you're already moving. You don't wait for that, that feedback off the steel or looking to see what it is. It's for competition shooters. It's kind of like shooting a plate rack.
Yep.
Where you get rolling through and have the, you just fire your 6 shots as you go across, and then you work back. You don't go bang, ting, bang, ting, bang, ting. It's just you do that across the entire line of targets, or 3 or 4, and at different distances. And you focus on that empty space because it makes you become more target focused as you're shooting through that.
I don't know how many, we talked about it, how many, when we started going really fast, how many, I'm not even sure where my dot was, but I was putting the rounds, and I was not, and they were going through the paper because there was no extra hits outside the cutout, or not a lot of them, I should say. So that was the first big thing we did. And then we got into movements, transitional movements, where, and he talked a lot about 15, 16-year-old kids that don't have training scars from the military or stupid law enforcement ideology, who are, if you watch these kids move, and we saw it, Garth, at Area 3, watching people just outmove us, not necessarily outshoot us, but outmove us. And he's like, you're going to piss off a lot of people, but go ahead and cross your feet on that push off. Like, load the foot, shoot, know where you're going, lean into it, load in, cross that foot, whichever way you're going, the trail foot, cross it in front of you, and make your step, and then back on target. There was a lot of that. We did the accelerator, decelerator drills, going back and forward and backwards with it on static targets. And then he did what they call a designated target drill, which is you're going to shoot 2 on one target. It's kind of like a chaos drill. Shoot two, come back to that one, 2, go to the other one, 2. So, I mean, we did that a lot, and
it drives you kind of pick which one's your designated target.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be left, it might be right, it might be middle.
Yeah.
And you work the series around it, but you're going to shoot, like if you have 3 targets up, you're going to shoot the center target at least twice, if not 3 times.
It should be whatever target you're starting on, the other target, back to your starting target, the other target, and then back. So you're shooting the one target 3 times and each other target twice, just to move back and forth. So like I said, it's a lot like a chaos drill, just with 3 targets and moving which one you're starting and stopping on.
Yeah, and we do lateral movement, so left and right, and then fore and aft as we were doing this drill to kind of get used to it. And a lot of it was like, okay, hey, when you're moving forward, like it's okay to break those shots as you move, but a lot more of like body mechanics and how to move.
Mm-hmm.
And really helpful with that stuff.
No, it sounds actually really interesting. Just, I mean, from a competition standpoint and like Joe said, it wasn't that we were getting outshot. It was just we were getting out. Yeah, people had better movement. Yeah,
we're getting out. So. And that's what he said. He's like, you take these 15, 16-year-old kids that are smoking people, and it's natural to them. He's like, because somebody tripped and fell on a range one time, we have to act like you can't do this. But he's like, if you're standing in line at Chipotle, you don't shuffle, you don't do a left face and walk, you just cross your feet and move. It's a natural thing. If we practice it, maybe the guy who's out there for the very first time, that's not his go-to movement, but that's what he should be looking for. And because it is a natural movement to most normal human beings.
No, I can do that.
And that was, like I said, Nick and I struggled. I was getting so frustrated for my first probably 100 rounds with that CZ, and the Cajun parts would not. I think the only nice thing about it was double action, but I was getting light hammer strikes, and I just pulled through it again. And Rick even came up to me and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It doesn't go off, so I just pull it again." It's the benefits of a double action, and he just kind of.
Then we got Joe's problem fixed because we swapped ammo.
Yeah, so I'm like, either A, I got to go back to my stock hammer spring, or B, I'm like, Nick, give me 100 rounds of that Blazer and nothing wrong with it. So we just swapped boxes for the rest of the day, and I didn't have any more problems, which I'm glad I know that now rather than at I would have found it out at a local match, but it would have been frustrating. So all my Angel player, I'll just blow that through the PCC and get some Blazer or maybe something else to run through the handgun, but I know what's wrong with it. Didn't have a single problem after lunch. So
yeah, it was doing that. And I know the other problem that we both had was neither one of our handguns really had VZ grips, because the unique feature of VZ grips is they're machined from a solid block of G10, and G10 is great because it's durable and doesn't get slippery when covered in mud, blood, or sweat. 17-degree grip angle and wide variety of textures from mild to extreme, as well as color options and shorty options are also available. 1911 grips with extreme customizability, standard swim palm cells, sun mattress safety cuts, bottom profiles, and more. More than 25 textures, 27 colors are available. Coupon codes are good for 15% off all handgun and rifle grips, and that code is AR-15 podcast. But yeah, other than my gun trying to eat my hand, I had no issues, and it was a lot of fun, really good. Just by the end of the day, I was having issues from my hand trying to be inside of my gun.
So then, so we do a ton of shooting, and then you finish up the day with another another dope drill, another build drill to see where you're at. It's kind of like what we did when we were at Marksmanship Trainer last year.
The aggregate scores.
But they did it in order to, well, we score it differently, but they did it to show you fatigue. Like when you here, it was if you're putting everything we're teaching you into practice, you shouldn't have, or you should have a higher score.
Yeah.
And I know we both did the second time around. I can't remember how high mine went up.
Oh, mine was.
Oh no, you had issues at the end, didn't you?
No, I had issues. I had issues, and I went down a lot. Or well, I had issues both times, but at the end I had some major issues, and it definitely cost me, because that was where we found out my dot came loose.
Oh yeah. No, that's the worst.
Yeah. I started with a 3 hit factor and ended with a 4.98. So I went up 2.
Yeah,
I went up 2 hit factor.
I ended with a 316.
Yeah.
With my dot being in the wrong spot.
Yeah, and then we hung out with Sean and them guys that night, and everybody's like, "So what do you think rifle's gonna be like tomorrow?" And I'm like, I honestly thought it was gonna be the exact same thing. Like, we're gonna do the exact same thing, only we're gonna have a rifle instead of a pistol. Yes, but no. It was very similar. On the day, you start with the man card challenge, which is, if you don't know it, at 25 meters from a compressed, you have 1 second to hit the steel. You get 2 attempts at it.
Then
you have 1.5 seconds to hit the steel from draw. Then you do compressed ready with pistol, compressed ready with the rifle, and then high ready with the rifle again in 1 second. And then you have 2.5 seconds to do 1 with the rifle, transition to pistol, and then was that 2.5 or 3.5 seconds? 2.5?
2.5.
Yeah. Nick and I both fell out first iteration. We were slow. I think we both had hits. We were just slow. Nick was shooting from like a 45-degree angle because he picked the wrong spot in line. But
yeah, I got to go first and shot at a 45-degree angle from the target. And I was like, the steel from here? It's like, this is like 35 yards, not 25, man. It's like, oh yeah, maybe you should slide over a little bit.
Yeah, so he crouches up. But
also at that point, I was already feeling it in my hand from that pistol, so I was not shocked I did not shoot it well. Plus, I didn't re-zero it. I was just happy I got a hit.
Yeah, I was 1/10 of a second off, I think, or an 800th off the first time. I think we lost about half of the.
It was over half.
We lost at least half on that, and then we lost half of that group from draw. And I think we 2 or 3 people made it to rifle. We have 2 that made it to the transition.
One of the instructors made it, and I think he was the only one.
Yep, and as they said, this is nothing to do with judging how good of a shot you are or anything like that. It's just, can you perform on demand right then and there? Pressure's up. You've got a whole line of guys sitting there talking to you, watching you. You could hear it. The guys that miss it by like 151 on the draw or 152, and they're like, oh my God. Everybody's feeling for him because he goes down the line, hands out the man card, and then as soon as you fail, you have to give it back. So this whole thing is you get to keep it.
Did the other guys shoot with you as well? Like, Let's Go Hunt and Sean and those guys?
No, they did not.
Oh, that's a bummer. I was really hoping they did, so we could find out who the best shooting podcast was.
Probably the only ones that go out and shoot all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah.
No, it's a good fun challenge. It's tough. And if you pass that, you get to do the short course, which is the exact same thing, only double tapping them. Then there's a long course,
which is double tapping, but halftime.
Yeah. So it gets pretty interesting. But then we started with
No one has got the long card
at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because that's like a golden. He's got it in a little case.
Yeah.
But if you've done the course before and you left with a man card, say you took it somewhere else 2 years ago, whether or not you get it that day, you still get to shoot. You still get a chance to shoot the short course.
Yeah.
Once you, it's definitely fun. It's interesting. It gives.
And we shot it cold. Like that's the other important distinction to make is we shot it cold.
Yep.
And to that end, also I would like the record to show that we did not bring tricked out race guns to this class. Nay.
My CZ is not exactly a fucking Volvo, but
well, we got to the rifle side.
The rifle side, So then we start the day.
Like I brought a Ford Chorus with a spoiler. Like
in the brief that morning, he's like, "All right, now you guys got the Ferraris, right? The only thing is you got to know how to drive it. You're not just gonna go out there. We're gonna teach you how to drive these." And I'm sitting there like, I got my M4 clone. I'm like, dude, I got a street stock at a sprint car event. I'm about to get whooped. And
I brought a Crown Vic.
Nick's got the High Point.
I brought the High Point carbine.
And we handed that to a guy, and Nick's like, he said, "Well, what is it?" And he's like, "Well, look at it." And the guy doesn't recognize the logo, flips it over to look at the stamp, and he's like, "Oh, you can have this back."
He was acting like he was afraid it was going to bite him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing's not kryptonite. It's not going to melt the skin off your hands or something stupid. But yeah, so everybody's got their cans and their tricked out 3.5 pound triggers with rifle length rifle length gas, probably tuned. I
don't think there was a rifle length gas system on that line because no one had a barrel that long. There was a ton of SBRs with mid length, and there's a lot of like 12.5 and 13.
Yeah.
And they were running those, and with Huxworks flow through suppressors and the $500 rails and a lot of other Gucci parts, which is cool, man. I'm glad to see it. Like you guys were out there shooting it, you're behind the guns, you're buying the gear, and you're running it. And if anyone who was in that class was listening, thank you. And I enjoyed shooting with all of you guys. And we are not talking smack.
No, we're not. I'm not. Like the thing is, there's so many guys that go out and buy those rifles and build those rifles and never do anything with them. These guys had those rifles. They went to a class and used them. So yes, if you're listening and you were there, that's what we preach on this show is get out and shoot your shit.
It is amazing to see the number of people that will go out and spend a surreal amount of money on a gun and then only take it out a handful of times a year.
Zero it, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a scar?
I don't want to talk about it.
But
so we started the day off again with shooting the man card challenge that we didn't get to keep. Moved right into the bill drill or dope drill. Exact same thing. Only difference is now the bar is set at a 20 hit factor instead of a 10 because we're using a more accurate rifle or more accurate fire or weapon system, stuff like that. And that was one thing that Rick talked about a lot is hit factor. Yeah, we use it in competition. We should be using it anytime you're doing work. Do it on the clock. Do it for points and time so you can actually see your improvements. You can see where you're at. Yeah, certain drills will have a different threshold of what is acceptable and what isn't, but it is a unbiased way of saying this is what I'm capable of. And it doesn't matter. You can set up your own drills, your own target array, and the more you shoot it, the better you're going to get at it. You're going to see that hit factor go up. Again, points divided by time. And even on, Garth and I, just the different stages we shot out at Area 3. you're like, oh man, I only shot a 3. Well, so did everybody else. The next one you go and you shoot like a 6.5 hit factor, and yeah, that was awesome. And then you see some dude shoot it in like an 8, and you're like, what? Like, what did he do different than I did? So it's a good arbitrary way of judging that, and it's been around. There's so many people. They're like, how long do you think this hit factor stuff's been around? They're like, a couple years, like maybe since
1970.
1970s when that was introduced. And he talked about that a lot. He's like, I got law enforcement guys here. He had done some time with third group, or who was he working with the day before he got?
He said he had worked with.
Did he work with somebody while he was in Colorado at Carson?
Yeah, it was working with some 5th group guys.
Yeah, 5th group. And he's like, we got competition shooters here, and I think Nick and I were maybe the ones that were competition. Everybody else was more law enforcement or just wanting to get better at shooting.
Well, there's
and then we did the same.
Who were the same.
Yeah. Then we did the same thing we did the day before. We cut, instead of cutting half of the A zone out, we cut the whole A zone out. Mainly because of height over bore, the mechanical offset. He just wanted to give us that benefit. And he's like, so aim at the top of that, focus on the top of that spot where the brown and the background ground meet. And we did, I don't know, I shot 600 and I was just shy of 700 rounds. And it was, you would go load 3-4 mags and you would just run through them and then go load again at the end of the day when we were shooting from the different spots. And it's just keep going. And you can see some guys appear to tire out. They were not jumping in as fast as they were earlier in the morning or the day before. But
no, it definitely was an interesting scenario to be through, because it was, you got to keep your mags topped up, like keep your gun gassed up, running with that. Some of us brought 18 mags that were loaded and kind of continuously reloaded.
I started with 12, reloaded at lunchtime, and at the end of the day, I was running back and forth. Load up, get back online. I was just glad I had my fucking speed stripper. That thing saved my ass.
Yeah, I started with 18. And what's that?
I was gonna say you're just dumping rounds into your dump pouch and just loading on the line.
Yeah. Instead of going back, I would just dump like 60 rounds into my dump pouch and then pull my mag out as I was standing there after I got done and just jam rounds in and stick it back in my mag holder. And I just kind of continuously kept doing that. Kind of like I continuously kept running my holster, which was, in fact, a Kydex holster made from Klecker Tactical. Klecker Tactical is your one-stop shop if you're in need of reliable custom Kydex holsters. Using premium USA source material, Klecker Tactical will build you a holster in a variety of styles and colors, along with light and laser options. Whether you're in law enforcement, a competitive shooter, or an everyday gun enthusiast, trust that Klecker Tactical will provide every firearm owner has access to top-tier and personalized holsters, as well as quality and custom products you can't find anywhere else. Use code AR-15 podcast, AR-15 podcast for 10% off at kleckertactical.com.
I think all right, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and I did run, I was running a Klecker Tactical on my hip for my echelon. And when I wasn't on the range, I was running it for my 365 XL.
I think the biggest takeaway on Sunday was just, again, is a lot of the same. This is how you move. Look, come into it. Don't overdrive, stuff like that. But I think my biggest takeaway, and he talked about it a lot in military, and just the reasons why they maybe teach what they do, why they do. Same with law enforcement. But he's like, shoulder in your pocket, not up. Buttstock, way up here, bring it down. Don't grip the holy hell out of the rifle. Like, you barely have to hold on to it. And he came along and he'd shake your hand and grip your forearm. He's like, feel that. That's all the pressure you need. And what's really cool is he had his laser on his rifle. So he would, even
Yeah,
when he was shooting
had
it
his
to
pet.
demonstrate stuff, he'd leave the laser on so we could actually see where he's aiming and what he's looking at and how much it's moving and what it's doing. And then, just the difference between here I am all tensed up, pulling the rifle back into me, and what it does. And now here I'm barely holding on to the rifle and what I'm getting for recoil, what I'm getting for just muzzle movement and stuff like that. And I adopted that mentality throughout the day, and we finished again with the bill drill, and I went from the dope drill, and I went from where'd it go? This one. I shot a 9.53 to start with. I finished with 1487. And he came by, he was walking line looking at everybody's, and he didn't even ask me how much I'd gone up. He just looks at me and goes, and you did that with that recoiling freaking shotgun of an M4. I'm like, yeah. So
yeah, I did not have as much benefit as Joe did in my score as I went up. I still rose when I did it, and it's not anything bad about the instructors or anything like that. It's just I was starting to get tired. Like I'll fully admit it.
Didn't you miscount too?
Yeah, I trigger froze bad.
Yeah.
On one. So I had one round that didn't count.
Yeah. So that makes a huge difference. And that again, that's put yourself under this pressure and the stress and see what you can do. We can all be like, yeah, I can shoot a 3-second bill drill or a 2.5-second bill drill, but now start moving out and scoring your misses and stuff like that to see where it shakes out.
I started the day at a 12.88. That's what I started the day with. And then at the end of the day, I ended at a 13.69. And at 1 yard line, I had just a straight, like, hard freeze. Like, my brain wouldn't let me pull the trigger the 5th time.
Been there.
Yeah, we've all done it. And so yeah, that was the weekend. It was, if you've ever thought about taking a class but don't know who to take a class from or anything like that, and you see that Achilles Heel Tactical is going to be in your area, I would recommend it. They're not cheap. You're going to get your money's worth out of it. Not saying that you should hunt them down and just go to them, but I will.
It was a solid class, and I would do another one from them in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I would put their name. I would put our name on. Go take that class, and you're not going to be disappointed. You're going to learn something. If you don't, it's maybe because you were in over your head. So definitely start with their fundamentals class if you have any questions. And Rick even said that. He's like, hey, don't take classes that you think you're going to smoke. And Nick and I will talk about every once in a while, maybe take that fundamentals class just to get back to basics, remember everything, where you're not there trying to be the coolest guy on the line. You're just there trying to be like, hey, what have I picked up?
This was definitely a class where you went to push your limits.
Yep. So yeah, the performance class, if you are if you fancy yourself as an above average shooter, take that class and you're gonna find out whether or not you are, but you're going to learn and you're going to have a good time. Rick and Shane, the two instructors, were awesome, especially when Nick pulled out the FRT. They were awesome. The guys we were around talking to them, shooting with, were again a good group of guys, like-minded guys like us. So
yeah, after we shot the original dope drill, we shot it again, and I didn't record the scores off of that, but I think I was like, I didn't take a picture of it, but I think I was more like, I would have been closer to an 16 or 18 on when I brought my actual proper gun out to run the dope drill with.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's accurate, Joe?
Yeah. What did he ask you? What were the splits on that? 1.
Yeah, I don't.
Who was it that they did that? And they were talking about somebody doing that on the range, and it only gave them 1
Because they shot so fast.
Yeah, like they loaded up 6 to do a builder with an FRT, and it gave them one time. Like it didn't even give them splits.
Yeah.
Is that Kyle? Was that one of the guys out or at the shop, or was that somebody on the range? I don't remember. Somebody mentioned it.
Somebody had mentioned it, and it was. Oh no, it was a Glock 18.
Oh, okay.
And,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, doing build drills with switches, and it's like 0. What was the hit factor? I don't know. I can't divide by 0.
I mean, yes, we did see Kyle.
Yeah,
we saw Kyle.
Yeah. Yeah, we hung out with those guys. We killed off a bottle of EHT on Sunday night. That was a good time.
And then we drove home the next morning.
Yeah. That's why we do this. You know, like, yeah, we went out there. One, we got buddies out there to hang out with and see that we haven't seen since Cleveland, which was a crap show. And we got to hang out with them. We got to shoot, got to learn some stuff, find out what our weaknesses are. I know damn well I took that M4 clone just for fun. Next time I go to a class, I'm taking the race gun. I'm gonna put a dot back on it because I tried shooting a couple of them at stages with at like Nick when we did it afterwards with the actual arrow race gun, but it's got the vortex on it, and I have somehow actually trained myself not to close my eye to shoot, and like didn't take the time to check the parallax and all that stuff. So I had to I got to close my eye in order to look down the optic, and it would have been fun to do it with my red dot. So that will be the next time. Like I said, if we go back out there next year to do it, or try to get them to come to South Dakota, because Rick's like, I've had a lot of shooters from there, and then Nick's like, yeah, they say Virginia's for lovers, but
South Dakota's for shooters.
Dakota's for shooters. So we're trying to get tourism to pick that up. So if anybody's from tourism, give us a call.
It was a blast getting out there to do that. Again, pushing your limits, kind of getting into some different stuff, learning some different techniques. One of the other main takeaways that I think is really important that he brought up was like if you dry fire for 8 minutes a day, it's kind of like that whole, it's 8-minute abs type deal. But if you dry fire for 8 minutes a day, that's less than 1 hour a week.
No, it's not.
Well,
7 times. No, never mind. Hold on, my math is off. No, you're right. It is 56. I was thinking there's 50 minutes in an hour. That's my bad. So yeah. But and he's like, you do 1 day rifle, 1 day pistol. And
alternate back and forth and do the dry fire work on transitions and moving your eyes back and forth.
Yep.
And that will really start to help push everything and drive it along. I know dry fires helped me a lot, but that is very much so a thing.
Dry fire is huge. More and more guys talk about it too. The more and more in the instructors that I follow on YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. It's you can do it on your lunch break. You could do it. I work from home. I can do it on my coffee break, or just not gonna lie, may have done it during meetings that I didn't have my camera on for. It's a good thing to do. And he's like, he said, you don't have to spend ammo in order to do it. It's, take the mag out and just squeeze it. And that's the nice thing about having a double action. You can actually pull the trigger and get used to that trigger pull on your movement. So
yeah, the only thing that I would maybe caution on with some of this is if you're going through like with cutting the targets out and stuff like that, one, bring a box cutter so you don't ruin your good knife, because I was not prepared for that. But
Yep.
two, if you're doing this and getting set up, the only thing you might not want to do it with is TCRT targets. If you're tired of replacing worn out targets every session, buy TCRT targets, the self-healing, long-lasting solution built for real shooters like you. TCR targets are self-healing, modular, and are tough, built to take 400 plus rounds of 5.56 per square inch. They cut on ricochet, set up fast, and last for longer than throwaway targets. Upgrade to TCRT targets today. The target lets you train safer, longer, and more effective.
Those are on the way,
Oh.
hopefully, shortly. So,
Though that you could just paint them a different color, that A zone a different color, and
you
just
could.
let her go. It'd work perfect. And then you don't have to, you got one color that you're using, and then just paint the outside. So honestly, you don't even have to paint the inside until you're done, because that's where you want the hits. You want to see the hits that are missing. So, and that was kind of the theory of taking the hole out. Like, well, we don't, if it's not in the bar, in the brown, we know it went through the cutout, and we don't care about
that. And it didn't, if you took that center out, it took away the ability to look for that feedback.
Yeah.
Because if you hit on your desired impact, you're just hitting dirt behind it. So you couldn't look at the target. So it's like you're looking through the target instead of target focus shooting.
mhm.
You wouldn't be able to, oh, hey, did I put a hole there? Like pop, see where you scored. It was just like fire and forget, because you already sent that round. It doesn't matter where it's at because it's already gone.
Yeah, you can't get it back. You can't take it back.
Once that sear engages, it's done. Time to move on. And that was like one of the big takeaways.
Know to call your shot, because if you know you pulled that, especially in a match, if you know you pulled one, you're going to put a third one on there, but don't wait until you see where it's at, or you're going to be wasting time.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of it was efficiency and economy of movement. And even for somebody that's, a somewhat larger than average human like myself, I was still keeping up with all those young guys and, moving fluidly, and didn't look that awkward. I mean, it was a bag of mashed potatoes moving around out there, but it still, had decent flow.
Nice.
No, I would go back. Like I said, we dropped a lot of money on the weekend between fees and ammo, but I would do it again next weekend or next month if it was in town. I don't know if I want to
do that drive again,
or if I'm somewhere where I'm not going to stay out until 3 a.m. after I get done shooting.
Man, details.
Did not realize it was that late until we get in the vehicle. Nick's like, "Is that right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's right. That's your clock change. That's not Central Time."
Woof. And then Garth, guess what time we got up when we were on the road?
6 a.m.
No, I let Joe sleep in.
We
hit the road at 8:30.
Yeah,
local time.
Wouldn't have made it.
This place.
Oh, you would have.
Well, I would have just crawled in the backseat of the vehicle and be like, "All right, just leave. I'll wake up in like Wyoming."
We didn't go through Wyoming.
Okay, Nebraska. Whatever.
Yeah, if you woke up in Wyoming, you'd be in the wrong place.
You got in the wrong truck.
It was green. I swear it was green.
We got some crazy people too. I mean, checking in, some guys start screaming about calling the cops. Like,
oh yeah,
awesome.
Great.
It's gonna be great. We're not even at Waffle
Colorado
House
Springs
yet.
did not disappoint.
Yeah, I saw you guys went to Waffle House.
We have to, man. It's not a very often we get to go to some place with such high culture.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it with that.
But just because you don't like Waffle House because you're un-American.
I love breakfast joints. Did you go back to the same Waffle House that you took with you last time? Because that was my first experience at Waffle House ever.
This one only had plastic silverware and plates.
Yeah, because their dishwasher was broke.
Nice.
They started bringing stuff out in plastic. I'm like, oh wow.
So I went to what I'm going to call my standard Waffle House. It's the one I've been to every time I've been in Colorado since I took you to that one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, a different one.
Okay.
But no, I've ate at that one a lot, and I thoroughly enjoy it. We did go back to the place that had candied bacon, though.
Oh yeah, that was kind of fancy.
Yeah, just don't go at like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
They seem to forget you're there. Yeah, it was a good weekend.
It was a great weekend. We learned a lot. The high point rifle, real quick. I'm going to take like 5 minutes to talk about a quick review of the high point. I've got probably 1,000 rounds into it now. And it is a exceedingly accurate rifle. Like, it actually, for accuracy, it punches above its weight class. It's a carbine gas system, so it's made to run. It's not made to run gentle. It's not made to run smooth, but it is made to run. And it did. The one thing I will say is, if you purchase one, clean all of the grease out. Don't just drop the bolt carrier in. Because after you grease it, you may have to take it apart at like launch of a class and give everything a wipe down quick.
Include the buffer tube spring and inside of the
pop
tube.
the buffer tube spring out to get that clear of cosmoline. And then,
I could see Nick just devolving, getting pissed, and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, it's dragging. It's not. And I'm like, what'd you clean? Did you clean the buffer tube? He's like, good.
Nope.
Point.
So I took it apart, wiped everything down, threw a little of Dooley's special shot racha sauce on it, and then off we went. Off it went to the races.
You would not have known that was the same rifle as the morning.
No. Well, and it was this morning. It didn't run bad till I probably had 300 rounds into it. Then it started to gunk up a little bit. But that was where I started to devolve, and that was not good. And then I fixed it, and everything went back, and I was like, okay, hey, I'm back to being confident in this again.
Yeah. That's fair.
It wasn't the rifle's fault.
Well,
no,
it was the manufacturer's fault for over-greasing it.
Well, that may have been on them, according to a conversation we had.
According to a source we have, they may have said, you need to lube these more or put grease on them for shipping. And somebody listened.
Someone took them very serious.
Just went and got a 55-gallon drum and just dunked it.
More or less.
Fair.
No, this class, but no, it ran phenomenally after that, and no issues. I would trust it implicitly. Actually, Rick even said, he's like, no, it's a great training rifle. Like,
I think he was impressed to see people not show, like, we brought them out at the end. So it's not like we were lying about being competition. We showed what we have and what it's capable of. But to shoot it with the shit you're going to take to war. You know, the what?
Well, I probably wouldn't take the high point to war.
No, you wouldn't. But if I'm going into my safe and I'm getting the hell out of town, that's the rifle I'm grabbing. So.
Yeah, I ran it through. I was like, oh, if we're going to test it, we may as well test it here. And they went, that is a thing. And nobody was disappointed to see that happening. And we did the things. But no, Garth, you got anything to add tonight before we start to sign off?
Yeah, actually, everyone should check out Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co, because you will get a sweet patch of the month. This one is October's. I'm still your Huckleberry. I absolutely love it. So join Patriot Patch and get the Patch of the Month Club. And beyond that, no, man. I need to start shooting more. I need to do a lot of stuff more, but I just haven't. One thing I have done, though, is I got some hats made up, guys. So, again, if you're interested, hit us up. Right now, these are 2 color options because I am a vibrant guy, so I like vibrant colors. So we've got the green with the pink and the pink with the green. So if you want one, send us an email. Let us know on Facebook or Instagram or what have you, and we'll get you one sent out. $25 a hat.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah. And Joe, you got anything here before we get close to signing off?
Yeah, just give us a like. Check out our social medias, AR-15 Podcast on Facebook or on YouTube, AR-15 Podcast 2.0 on Instagram. Like us, follow us, share our stuff. share everybody in the community. It must be working, because I was scrolling through Instagram today and I was coming up with all kinds of 2A firearms related content, which I was surprised at, to the point enough of it that I don't already follow was showing up that I was surprised. So let's keep doing that. Keep sharing that stuff. Keep showing it to your friends, liking them, subscribing, and help those guys out. Check out our website, AR-15podcast.com. It's got all of our friends in the Firearms Radio Network that we hang out with, their podcast. It's got some affiliate links, save you some money, help us out a little bit so we can find ways to get closer to some of you. So,
yeah. Well, and guys, you all know what I'm about to say. I'm going to tell you to, one, buy mags at Generational Wealth. Mags are cheap. Go buy some. There's no reason to not have a minimum of 10 mags for each long gun you own and at least 5 for your handguns. And I stand by that wholeheartedly. And I think that's a starting point, not your end goal. Mags are disposable items. So when you go through this, everyone here knows I say this every week. Go out, get training, get medical training, learn how to patch yourself up. Remember that you are your own first responder. Expect to self-rescue. And you folks out there, stay safe and stay armed.